Exploring Existential Nihilism, a philosophical journey. Existential nihilism is a profound and often challenging philosophical perspective that has captivated the minds of scholars and thinkers for decades. This philosophical outlook, rooted in existentialism and nihilism, delves into the fundamental questions of existence, meaning, and the human condition. In this lecture, we embark on an exploration of existential nihilism, examining its origins, key concepts, implications, and critiques. As a philosopher, it's my pleasure to guide you through this thought-provoking journey. The origins of existential nihilism. Existential nihilism is an offspring of two major philosophical traditions, existentialism and nihilism. Existentialism, which emerged in the late 19th and 20th centuries, primarily through the works of thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus, focuses on the individual's experiences of existence and the inherent freedom and responsibility that come with it. Existentialists grapple with the questions about authenticity, choice, and the search for meaning in a seemingly indifferent universe. Nihilism, on the other hand, traces its roots back to the 19th century philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, who famously declared, "God is dead." Nietzsche's critique of traditional values and his rejection of objective meaning laid the foundation for nihilism, a belief in the inherent meaninglessness of existence. Nihilists argue that life lacks any inherent purpose, moral values are arbitrary, and all systems of meaning are human constructs. Existential nihilism emerges when these two philosophical currents intersect. It holds that life not only is inherently meaningless, but that the burden of creating meaning falls squarely on the individual. This view challenges the existentialist notion of personal freedom by emphasizing the profound emptiness at the core of existence. The key concept of existential nihilism. We have absurdity. One of the central themes of existential nihilism is the concept of absurdity. Existential nihilists argue that the human condition is inherently absurd because individuals are thrust into a world devoid of inherent meaning or purpose. This absurdity creates a sense of disorientation and existential angst. Freedom and responsibility. Existential nihilism places heavy emphasis on human freedom and responsibility. In a world devoid of objective meaning, individuals are entirely responsible for creating their own purpose and values. This freedom, while liberating, can also be paralyzing and anxiety-inducing. Suffering and despair. Existential nihilism acknowledges the reality of suffering and despair. Without the comfort of predetermined meaning or moral absolutes, individuals may confront the bleakness of existence, leading to feelings of nihilistic despair. Authenticity. Existential nihilism encourages individuals to confront the void of meaning with authenticity. Embracing one's own existence and choices, even in the face of meaninglessness, is seen as an act of courage and integrity. The implications of existential nihilism. Existential nihilism has profound implications for various aspects of human life, including ethics, religion, and personal identity. Ethics. From an existential nihilist perspective, ethics are not grounded in absolute moral truths, but are instead subjective and contingent. Individuals are challenged to create their own ethical systems based on their values and commitments. Religion. Existential nihilism often clashes with religious worldviews that posit a higher purpose or divine order. Existential nihilists contend that our religious beliefs can serve as comforting illusions that only distract you from the stark reality of meaninglessness. Personal identity. Existential nihilism prompts individuals to confront the question of who they are in a world without predefined roles or identities. It encourages the exploration of one's true self and the authenticity of existence. Critiques of existential nihilism. Existential nihilism is not without its critiques, both from within and outside the realm of philosophy. Some common critiques include pessimism. Critics argue that existential nihilism can lead to extreme pessimism and nihilistic despair, potentially promoting apathy and a sense of hopelessness. Subjectivism. Critics contend that existential nihilism's emphasis on subjective meaning may lead to moral relativism, making it difficult to judge or criticize certain actions or values. Neglect of collective meaning. Existential nihilism tends to focus on individual meaning making, potentially neglecting the importance of collective meaning and social structures. Existential nihilism offers a thought-provoking perspective on the human condition, challenging us to confront the fundamental questions of existence, meaning, and purpose. It is a philosophical outlook that embraces the inherent absurdity of life, while emphasizing the importance of individual freedom and responsibility in creating meaning. As we conclude our exploration of existential nihilism, I encourage you to continue reflecting on its implications and engage in a meaningful philosophical dialogue. Remember, the search for meaning in a seemingly meaningless world is a deeply personal existential journey that continues to captivate the hearts and minds of philosophers, scholars, and all individuals who are living. Thank you.